There are things that I sing that I'll never have the confidence to say. Like the song about my parents that I'll never show 'em. Like the songs about my exes that they don't deserve. I know it's complicated having all of it on display. I appreciate the way you make it work. Love too big for a love song. If I try to sum it up, I know I'll get it wrong. Sometimes if it don't sound right.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nathan. I know you guys aren't going to run the video, but two quick things before we start. First, make sure to like and subscribe if you do enjoy this video and want to see more like it in the future. And second, feel free to comment down below more songs you'd like me to make tutorials for. I'd love to hear from you guys. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Here we go. To get started, we're going to be using the main 4 pop chords in the key of C. Starting off with the C major chord, we're going to have our ring finger on the 3rd fret of the A, middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D, an open G string, pointer finger on the 1st fret of the B, and an open high E. Moving to our F major chord, we're going to use the bar chord and the F over C version. The bar chord is going to have our pointer finger barring the low E, and then the high B and E strings. Then our ring and pinky are going to be on the 3rd fret of the A and the D strings. And our middle finger is going to be on the 2nd fret of the G. For the F over C, we're going to take our pointer finger off and place it on the 1st fret of the B string. And everything else is going to remain the same, except we're going to play the middle 4 strings, and we're going to mute the low E and the high E. Moving to the A minor, we're going to have an open A string, middle and ring on the 2nd fret of the D and the G, and pointer finger on the 1st fret of the B. Last but not least is a G chord. You can either play the G chord like this with your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the low E. Then you're going to mute the B string. 3 open strings, the D, the G, and the B. And then your pinky on the high E. Or just your standard G chord with your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the low E. Pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the A. And open D and G strings. And then pinky and ring on the 3rd fret of the B and the high E. Last but not least, for chords, you're going to need the E7, which is going to be an open low E, middle finger on the 2nd fret of the A, open D, pointer finger on the 1st fret of the G, and the rest of the strings open. I'm going to teach you guys the verse in 2 separate sections. The first is going to sound like this, and the second will sound like this. The first will start on our F over C shape, and our thumb, pointer, and middle are going to start off by plucking on the A, the D, and the G strings. As we pluck those 3 strings, we're going to hammer on with our pointer finger on our left hand on the G string. Then we're going to pluck again with our middle finger as we pull off, and then slap. Moving to a C major shape, we're going to pluck with our thumb and our pointer and hammer on with our middle finger, on the 2nd fret of the D string. Then slap. So all together slowly. Now the second time you play this, you're going to play the first half the same. But then when you get to the C, after you play your hammer on, you're going to strike with your middle finger on the D string. Moving into section 2 with the A minor, you're going to strike the middle 4 strings. Then your middle finger is going to pluck the G string. And then you're going to slap down. Then you're going to move to your G chord and pluck the roots, which is going to be the low E, and then your pointer, middle, and ring are going to stay in the same spot. And then just slap. So section 2. Within the context of the verse, you're going to play section 1 3 times, playing the modified version the 2nd time, followed by playing section 2 once. So with lyrics, there are things that I sing that I'll never have the confidence to say. There are things I believe that I only figure out when I sit down to play. The truth don't scare me in a melody, immortalizing my sincerity. There are things that I sing that I'll never have the confidence to say. The pre-chorus is going to use those same 2 patterns, starting with 1 cycle of section 1, followed by 1 cycle of section 2, then 1 cycle of section 1, then 1 cycle of section 2. Like that song about my parents that I'll never show 'em. Like the ones about my exes that they don't deserve. When it comes to you, I'm still trying to find the words. lines 1, 2, and 4 of the chorus are going to be exactly the same. You're going to strum an F to a C to an A minor, then to a G. Line 3 is only going to be slightly different. You're going to go F to C to E7, then to A minor. And we're going to introduce a strumming pattern. So on the first chord, we'll strum down, down, slap. To the second chord, down, down, down. To the third, down, down, slap. To the fourth, down, down, down. So now to play along in the chorus. Love too big for a love song. If I try to sum it up, I know I'll get it wrong. Sometimes if it don't sound right, I apologize. I just said it cause it rhymed. 4 chords, 3 minutes, can never fit in it. So I'll just take you line by line. Oh, I'll be writing about you for the rest of my life. Now to transition you either into verse 2, the bridge, or just the outro of the song, you're going to continue strumming the first pattern that I taught you. So F to C to A minor to G, and that should help you transition between parts. Even though the bridge sounds a little bit different, it's going to be played exactly the same as the pre-chorus. So 1 cycle of section 1 of picking, 1 cycle of section 2, 1 cycle of section 1, and then 1 cycle of section 2. I know it's complicated having all of it on display. I appreciate the way you make it work. When it comes to you, I'm still trying to find the words, which will take you into the final chorus, and now you should know how to play the entire song. So, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to give it a like. I'd really appreciate that. Make sure to subscribe down below to get notified about new content just like this on Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. If you guys are interested in any of the filming gear or guitar gear that you saw in this video, I have links to all that stuff down in the description below, and if you do end up purchasing using those links, it does help give a little kickback and support the channel. So thank you very much if you do. If you want to check out my original music, it'll be in the playlist in that top right corner. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you later.